Have you ever wondered why some people are more successful than others, despite having the same level of intellect or education? It's a question that has puzzled many of us, hasn't it? We've all seen it. Individuals who, on paper, seem to have the same qualifications, the same intelligence, and yet, they outperform others in their field. It's an intriguing phenomenon. So, what's the secret? Well, there might be a missing piece in this puzzle of success that we've overlooked. It's not about how many degrees you have or how high your IQ is. It's something a bit more nuanced. This missing piece, this secret ingredient, is something called emotional intelligence. It's a concept that has gained significant traction in recent years, and for good reason. It intertwines two elements often thought to be separate: emotions and intelligence. Allow us to introduce you to a concept that might just hold the key to this intriguing puzzle: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EI, is a concept that intertwines two elements often thought to be separate: emotions and intelligence. Emotional intelligence is more than just being aware of our feelings. It's about understanding these emotions, managing them, and even using them to our advantage. It's about recognizing that emotions are not just passive experiences, but powerful tools that can be harnessed to enhance our thinking, decision-making, and interactions. When we talk about EI, we're not just referring to our own emotions. It also involves understanding and managing the emotions of others around us. It's about being tuned into the emotional climate in any given situation, and responding in a way that is both appropriate and constructive. For instance, imagine you're in a heated discussion at work. Someone with high EI would not only recognize the rising tension, but would also understand what's driving it. They would then use this understanding to navigate the situation effectively, perhaps by diffusing the tension or steering the conversation towards a more productive path. But emotional intelligence is not just about managing negative emotions. It's also about harnessing positive emotions to enhance our ability to think and act. When we're feeling enthusiastic about a project, for example, EI helps us channel that energy into focused action, thereby increasing our productivity and effectiveness. Moreover, EI is crucial in decision-making. When faced with a difficult decision, those with high EI are able to balance rational thought with emotional insight. They can tap into their feelings to gauge how different options resonate with them emotionally, and use this insight to make a decision that is not just logically sound, but also emotionally satisfying. In essence, emotional intelligence is about making emotions work for us rather than against us. It's about harnessing the power of emotions to enhance our cognition and our interactions. It's about harnessing emotions to think and act, to navigate social complexities, to make decisions, and to achieve positive results. Imagine a situation where you're faced with an impending deadline at work. Your stress levels are skyrocketing, and the ticking clock isn't doing you any favors. Now, someone with high emotional intelligence would not only recognize and understand this stress, but they would also know how to manage it effectively. They might take a moment to assess the situation, acknowledging their stress, and then, rather than succumbing to panic, they would use this stress as a catalyst, channeling it into focused, productive energy. This is emotional intelligence in action. It's about being in tune with your emotions, understanding them, and knowing how to navigate through them. It's about realizing that emotions are not your enemy, but rather powerful allies that, when harnessed correctly, can propel you towards your goals. But emotional intelligence doesn't stop at self-awareness and self-management. It extends to our interactions with others. In communication, for instance, emotional intelligence plays a vital role. It's about being able to read the room, to sense the emotions of others, and to adapt your communication style accordingly. It's about conveying your ideas in ways that not only make logical sense, but also resonate on an emotional level. And then there's empathy, a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to understand their feelings, and to respond in a way that shows you care. In essence, it's about fostering genuine connections and building strong relationships. Emotional intelligence also plays a crucial role in communication. It's about tuning into the emotional climate of an interaction and responding accordingly. Empathy, too, is a core component of emotional intelligence. It's like the secret ingredient in a recipe that turns an ordinary dish into an extraordinary delight. Empathy is the ability to dive deep into another person's emotional world, to understand their feelings and perspectives, and to use that understanding to guide our actions and interactions. Imagine yourself in a conversation with a friend who's going through a tough time. With empathy, you're not just hearing their words, but also feeling their emotions. You're understanding the world from their viewpoint, and this understanding allows you to respond in a way that is supportive and meaningful. This deep level of understanding is what helps us build strong and resilient relationships. It's what allows us to connect with others on a human level, beyond the superficialities. It's not about agreeing with everyone or solving their problems, but about acknowledging their feelings, showing that we care, and making them feel heard and understood. But empathy is not just beneficial in our personal relationships, it's equally important in our professional lives. It's the key to effective teamwork, to resolving conflicts, to leading with compassion, and to creating a positive work environment where everyone feels valued and understood. So, the next time you're in a conversation, try to tune into the other person's emotions. Try to understand their perspective, show them that you care. You'll be amazed at the impact it can have on your relationships and on your own personal growth. It's about understanding others' emotions at a deep level, and using that understanding to interact effectively and build strong relationships. Moreover, EI helps us in overcoming challenges and diffusing conflict. Let's delve into this a bit further. Picture this. You're faced with a seemingly insurmountable problem at work. The pressure is mounting and the clock is ticking. Now, a person with high emotional intelligence would approach this scenario differently than most. Firstly, they would recognize and acknowledge their feelings of stress or anxiety. Ignoring these emotions or pushing them aside isn't the solution. Emotional intelligence involves understanding that emotions are valid and important signals, not distractions to be dismissed. Next, they would use these emotions in a constructive way. They might channel the stress into determination, transforming the pressure into a driving force to solve the problem. This is a key aspect of emotional intelligence, using emotions as tools, not letting them become obstacles. Now let's talk about conflict, something we all have to face at some point. Disagreements or clashes can be tricky and uncomfortable. But with emotional intelligence, these can be navigated smoothly. An emotionally intelligent person would firstly empathize with the other person's viewpoint, striving to understand their feelings and perspective. They would then communicate their own perspective in a respectful and clear manner, making sure to manage their emotions throughout the process. The goal here isn't to win the argument, but to reach a resolution that respects everyone's feelings and needs. It's about creating a win-win situation, not a battlefield. Emotionally intelligent individuals also tend to be resilient. They can bounce back from setbacks or failures, using these experiences as opportunities to learn and grow. They don't let negative emotions bog them down. Instead, they harness them, using them as fuel to propel themselves forward. So you see, emotional intelligence isn't about avoiding challenges or conflicts. It's about approaching them in a thoughtful, emotionally aware manner. It's about staying cool under pressure, facing challenges with a clear mind and an empathetic heart. It's about turning the tide of emotional turmoil into a wave of productive energy. Emotional intelligence, therefore, isn't just about emotions, it's about using emotions intelligently. It's the golden thread that weaves together the fabric of our personal and professional lives, allowing us to navigate the complex labyrinth of human interactions with grace and aplomb. Emotional intelligence, or EI, is not a mere buzzword. It's a multidimensional concept that encompasses various facets of our lives. It's about recognizing and understanding our emotions, as well as those of others. But it doesn't stop there. It's also about managing these emotions effectively, using them as a compass to guide our thoughts, actions, and decisions. Imagine having the ability to turn the tide of emotional turmoil into a wave of productive energy. That's the power of emotional intelligence. It allows us to stay composed under pressure, to face obstacles with a calm mind and a clear vision. It equips us with the resilience to bounce back from setbacks, turning adversity into a stepping stone for success. But EI isn't just about self-management. It's also about empathy, about understanding others' emotions at a deep level. It's about tuning into the emotional climate of an interaction and responding accordingly. This ability to connect with others, to resonate with their feelings, can be a powerful tool in building strong, meaningful relationships. Emotional intelligence also enhances our communication skills. It helps us convey our ideas in ways that not only make sense but also resonate with others. It's about striking the right chord, about creating a symphony of thoughts and emotions that captivates and engages the audience. In essence, emotional intelligence is the intelligent use of emotions. It's about combining the power of emotion and cognition to enhance our lives and interactions. It's about harnessing the energy of emotions, channeling it towards positive outcomes. So, let's not view emotions as mere reactions to events. Let's see them as powerful tools that can be used, shaped and directed for our benefit. It's about realizing that emotions aren't just something that happens to us, but rather something that can be used, shaped and directed for our benefit.